Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you yet another episode of breaking news, and today we're talking about the brand new creative team on Amazing Spider-Man. So just about an hour ago on Marvel.com, we got the announcement for this new creative team. So just to let you know, because you guys are clicking on this video because you want to know what this breaking news is, we're going to get into more details, but on writing, we have 4 different writers who are going to be taking over this October. It's going to be Zeb Wells, Kelly Thompson, Saladin Ahmed, and Cody Ziegler, with art by Patrick Gleason. They're going to be the new creative team taking over from Nick Spencer on the Amazing Spider-Man series. But yeah, this is going to be coming out 3 times a month, so that's way more often than it has been lately. Generally, Amazing Spider-Man comes out twice a month, and it has been for a while for Nick Spencer's run, because he's just one guy. He can only come out with so many issues. We know that his run is wrapping up, so I don't know if that has to do with him not meeting his deadlines, him having trouble putting out these issues, or if he just wanted to wrap the series up, but it's all coming to its climax in Sinister War, which is Nick Spencer's huge end to his run, which is going to be happening July through, I think, August, and then the last issue of Nick Spencer's run, issue number 74 of Amazing Spider-Man, is coming out this September. So we've only got that one issue in September, and then after that, we've got this new creative team finally taking over on Amazing Spider-Man. And since there's 4 different writers that we have on here, they're able to put it out 3 times a month. And as for these writers, we've got some pretty big names on here. A couple of these I kind of predicted. A lot of people were speculating on who was going to write Spider-Man, and most people were saying Chip Zdarsky, so now we know that isn't happening. He's got a lot of stuff going on in like Image and DC, so I'm not surprised that he's not the one who's going to be coming on to write Spider-Man. But Zeb Wells, he's recently been writing the Hellion series for the X-Men, all the X-Men franchise that Marvel has been putting out. That series has been kind of a comedy one. I recently got an issue of it for the Hellfire Gala event, and I really liked that. So I have some confidence that he's going to bring some humor to this book. Based on the description of this article, it looks like Zeb Wells was kind of the guy behind it all, and they brought on these other co-writers afterwards. So I wouldn't be surprised if Zeb Wells emerged as the actual person who is going to be the main ongoing writer of this series, because Amazing Spider-Man has done something like this before. Way back, like almost 10 years ago at this point, when J. Michael Straczynski ended his run on Amazing Spider-Man with the One More Day story arc. They relaunched the entire series after that run with a whole event called Brand New Date, where they had like 6 different writers, and it came out 3 times a month. So this is pretty much the exact same thing. And I'm fairly certain that Zeb Wells was actually one of those writers back then. So now he's coming back on to write Amazing Spider-Man once again, and he's part of like another sort of Brand New Day situation. But as for the other writers that we've got on here, Kelly Thompson, she's been doing a great job on her Black Widow run, I've heard. I haven't actually been getting it. I've got to read that on Marvel Unlimited or something. It's supposed to be really good, and I think that even got nominated for an Eisner Award. She's of course been writing Captain Marvel for a really long time. And then of course Saladin Ahmed. He's probably the one I'm the most excited about coming on Amazing Spider-Man, because he's been doing an absolutely phenomenal job on Miles Morales' Spider-Man, so it's pretty cool that he's going to be writing both Spider-Man at the same time. I have the most faith that he's going to really deliver. And then finally, Cody Ziegler is probably the one I'm the least excited for, because he has like pretty much 0 comics experience. But I was reading the description here, and it looks like he's more of a TV guy. He wrote for Rick and Morty, apparently, and he's going to have something to do with the upcoming She-Hulk series on Disney+. So, he's probably going to do an okay job, just not as good as the other writers on the actual issues that he puts out. So one thing that they don't make clear here from the information that we have is, are these writers all going to be writing at once? Like, is it going to be 4 writers on one issue of Amazing Spider-Man? Or are they going to be trading off story arcs? Because I know for the Brand New Day, like about 10 years ago, they would trade off story arcs. It would be like one writer writes 5 issues, the next one writes 3, whatever, but they each have their own story arcs that they're involved in. So I'm not sure. I feel like if there's 4 different people writing all at once, that could be a little chaotic. They might not agree with each other, and writers teaming up like that isn't always the greatest thing. And then, of course, Patrick Gleason on art. I'm pretty excited about this. Of course, Patrick Gleason has been doing Nick Spencer's run of Spider-Man. He's been basically the main artist on that series ever since Ryan Ottley left it, and he's even going to be doing the last issue of Nick Spencer's run. So it's cool to see that they're carrying on one of the members of that creative team to aid in this next creative team with all of these writers. But for the actual what's going to be happening in this story arc, it looks like it's going to be involving Ben Reilly. This is really interesting. Ben Reilly, of course, the classic clone of Spider-Man. They had their whole clone saga in the 90s where they couldn't figure out who was the actual first one and who was the clone. But now Ben Reilly is coming back. And based on this description, it almost seems like Ben Reilly is going to be, you know, the main guy, the main character of this at least first story arc of this Amazing Spider-Man run. Here's what the editor, Nick Lowe, has to say about it. I'm just quoting from the Marvel.com article. Ben Reilly is back. He's here to step in where Peter Parker failed. Can he accomplish things the original Spider-Man never could? These questions are what sold me on this story. So in this little synopsis that I just gave you, it seems like Peter Parker failed at something. Is that going to be the end of Nick Spencer's run? Is Peter Parker going to die? Could be that he just messes up in Sinister War somehow, that big conclusion in Nick Spencer's run. But it's looking like this Amazing Spider-Man is really just Ben Reilly's Spider-Man. I'm sure Peter Parker is going to be involved in some way, unless he's dead. Maybe it'll be a Superior Spider-Man type of thing where Peter Parker dies and then Ben Reilly takes over, just like Dr. Octopus did in Superior Spider-Man. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Definitely let me know what you're thinking of this whole new Amazing Spider-Man run, starting with issue 75, coming out 3 times a month. That's a lot. I am excited about a lot of these writers. I think that Patrick Gleason on art will do a decent job. I'm especially excited for Saladin Ahmed and Kelly Thompson on the writing because they've been doing a good job on a lot of other series of theirs that I've been getting. So, you know, I'm pretty excited for this. I think there could be some bigger names that I'd be even more excited about writing this, like maybe Chip Zdarsky or Al Ewing or something, but you know, those guys were already big names in the comics industry, so they've got too much other stuff going on. They already made deals with all these other companies. They can't be writing Amazing Spider-Man. And I have been enjoying Nick Spencer's run as well, especially lately, so I'm kind of sad to see that going. It was so sudden. I really wasn't expecting his run to end. But the big climax of that run is happening in Sinister War, which will be in July. The final issue of his Amazing Spider-Man run, number 74, will be in September. And then starting with issue number 75, we're going to be getting Amazing Spider-Man 3 times a month. So like I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you're thinking of this new creative team, what your thoughts are on the return of Ben Reilly, and if you think this creative team will do a good job. And before we go, if you got some info from this video or if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. That's the big red button, which is sitting right below this video. You can also hit the notifications bell, which is sitting right next to it. And look out for my comic haul, which I'll be putting out later today. My comics came in late this week, so I'm having to put this out on Thursday instead of Wednesday. But look out for that video coming out later today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye, guys.